Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm driving this. This is the 8th generation of the BMW 5 Series. This is the G68, the long wheelbase version. And yes, it does look quite weird because newer BMW cars don't look as good as the older models. Because yeah, this is actually the 6 Series. But look at these two models. Doesn't the old 7 look better than the new 7? I don't know what's happening to BMW design. But anyways, this is the key and this is the NFC key. So you can just tap and open the car. And this is actually the 530Li, which means that this one is actually having a very dirty engine right now. But anyways, there's no insulation here. Since I've already done a walk around of this car, I'm just going to keep it very brief in terms of the walk around. I'm just going to tell you what all has changed. A design change has happened to the front. Illuminated kidney grille, which you cannot see right now. Lights are different, front is different. And obviously this is the long wheelbase. So it is definitely longer, both in terms of length as well as wheelbase. Has plenty of features. Don't like the design of the alloy wheels, but you also get the option of 19 inches. This is 18 inch, and this thing does not illuminate, which is kind of sad. Oh my god, the car is actually decided to lock itself, which is kind of unfortunate. And I'm just going to unlock it. Someone is farting from there. Can you please shut it? Okay, let's unlock. And there you see the bigger difference here is the space, because there's a lot more space here right now thanks to the fact that this is the long wheelbase version. There are pillows here. So extremely comfortable at the rear. You get 4-zone climate control air conditioning system. You get a panoramic roof as well, but that does not open. That is fixed. And Bowers & Wilkins sound system, which is actually okay. There's no soft closed door function here, which is disappointing. Which actually illuminates. So there are 18 speakers. The design at the rear is also kind of weird. I don't like it, and I don't know why they hide the exhaust underneath like this, which is not needed at all. Look at the design of older BMW cars. I think the 3 Series still looks the very best right now among all BMW cars. Anyways, let's get inside and let me show you that this car has got a lot of new stuff here as well. Firstly, it has got ADAS. That's the reason you have the camera here for lane keep assist. You've got a radar at the front. Seats are actually nice and comfortable. Again, you get the pillow at the front as well. Flat bottom steering wheel. That is actually a 12.3 inch screen, 14.9 inch screen. Curved display is what they like to call it. A lot of the controls are actually gone right inside, which is kind of disappointing because why? Okay, seat ventilation is there, but you have to go inside and press all this, which is a bit weird and not so reassuring, obviously. So like I was telling you, a lot of changes have happened, but largely it has retained the BMW-ness. If you notice here, it does get this crystal effect here for the iDrive controller. Wireless charging pad, AC vents are sort of hidden here. So yeah, this not opening is like a shock to me right now, and this key feels a bit too cheap, but you get a lot of features and functions. Thankfully, you get a lot of physical buttons as well. You get the boost mode here. I don't like the cluster design. What is that? It's so weird. So I'm just going to change it to say digital art, which is also weird. So the weird stuff has actually come into the 5 Series as well, which is kind of unfortunate. Obviously, when I change the modes, it actually changes here. But sport mode is the best, because if you notice one thing, the ambient lighting is blue right now. I press the sport mode, it actually changes here. Why is it not changing? Okay, I have to activate this because of traction control system. Yeah, now it becomes red right here, slow to respond. And that's not all. If I get into expressive, you will notice this changes. But if I turn on the hazard lights now, there's this interaction bar. So what has changed? The dashboard is new, the screens are new, lot more features here. No heads-up display in this particular car, and the sunroof, which does not open, is again a shock to me. I've told it so many times. But how is it to drive? Let's start driving right away. Let's start driving right away by turning on the vehicle, and there it turns on with so much silence. It's quite surprising. And I'm going to turn off the air conditioning. Now the air conditioning is a bit of an issue, even though I've used it in a lot of other BMW cars. There it is off. Air conditioning off behind.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, and now straight away I'm going to come into my modes. We're going to come into sport mode, and we're going to activate dynamic traction control. Coming out of this, and I get into the menu. It's a bit confusing, yeah, especially when you're short on time now. You can't really figure out. So there's some data which I get here. Where is that data? My BMW, which tells me how much power and torque I'm using. And straight away I come into drive mode. I get into sport mode here, and off we go. Meanwhile, I also take the liberty of adjusting the mirrors. Car feels the same as the 5 Series I'd driven earlier in terms of the interior and the seat position and all that. So nothing to complain on that front. Car is extremely smooth, super refined and all. Obviously, now that's how it's supposed to be. But we are going to launch it right away, which means I'm going to stop here. And we are going to go left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Come on, where is the launch control? No launch control. And off we go. Oh my god, it's upshifting really very fast. Upshifts around 6000 RPM. The gearbox is super fast with shift. This is a 8-speed ZF sourced torque converter gearbox, which is absolutely phenomenal with shift, super duper quick. Now this is the 530Li, which means it's powered by a 2-liter turbocharged petrol engine, which I think is known as the B48. No, this is not the B48. I'm getting confused, but probably it might be. Anyways, that's not important. What's important is that this car is super duper duper dynamic. When you take a U-turn here, like here, I take a U-turn, I go a bit heavy on the throttle. And steering has to be positioned right, left and center because the car just goes, and brakes could be better. Too much of screeching, too sensitive, and ABS. Interaction light bar, which is amazing, the interaction thing, the way the hazard lights work. Yeah, super cool. But because we are in sport mode, it is obviously red right now. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Little bit of wheel spin and off we go. It is actually doing wheel spin on upshift. That's how quick this is. A 2-liter engine shouldn't be this fast, but this is a BMW, so obviously it is very sprightly, and look at the performance. Is actually quite unbelievable. This car produces 248 horsepower and 353 Newton meters of torque. It's quick, it's fast, it's fun, and it's quite dynamic as well. Obviously it's a BMW. In spite of the fact that the wheelbase has stretched very long right now, it is still amazingly dynamic, quite fun a car to drive, and definitely something which has retained the driving feel, because BMWs are known to be having the driving feel. BMW says that this offers the comfort of a 7 Series and the agility of a 3 Series in a mid package. The best of both worlds is what it does offer, and it just wheel spins all the time, because obviously this is a rear wheel drive vehicle, and with rear wheel drive it obviously tries to push you from behind. There's so much grunt here. Over bumps, it's very comfortable. This car does not get air suspension. No air suspension here. It does get adaptive dampers, and I'm just going to take the liberty of doing brake tests to just annoy my rear passenger. Hazards turn on their own. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, and off we go. By the time I finish this drive, BMW would be like, why are the rear tires gone already? So engine is extremely smooth, turbo lag is very well contained, it's punchy, it has a nice mid-range, top end is also nice, it screams in the top end, low end grunt is actually good, and then the motor is very refined here, super smooth, becomes vocal as you push it hard, has a 48 volt mild hybrid system obviously, which results in this engine being actually more efficient now. So I think it will return somewhere around maybe 8 to 9 kilometers per liter. That's the best mileage you can get out from here. You've got paddle shifters too, and I was making a mistake while launching this car. It just goes like crazy. Now there's another party trick here. I'm not giving you all the power right now because there's a boost button here. So I engage it like this, and now, okay, how do I engage the boost button? Keep it pressed, and there it is turned on, and off we go. Boost for approximately 10 seconds, which gives me more grunt. We are in manual mode, still shifting up as it feels like. Yeah, so I'm just going to get into manual mode right now. Here, downshift, downshift, downshift. We are in first gear. It is upshifting. Yeah, come on, give me manual control of things. So in terms of drive modes, there are a lot of drive modes. We are in sport mode right now, so I get into my modes. There's efficient, there's expressive, relax, and all. You can obviously customize all this. It's got a bit confusing right now. We're already in sport mode, so I'm not going to get into that again. So here we are. Steering feels super duper light, yeah. So there's a mode for the steering which is either comfort or sport. We are in sport right now. Still the steering wheel is quite light. It's super duper light. I don't know why the steering is so light. It shouldn't be that light. It's a BMW. It needs to weigh up more, but no, that is not the case here. Just extremely light a steering wheel, which is good for driving in the city. But out on the highway, you would need more weightage, which it does give you, because the steering does weigh up quite well at higher speeds, and then the car feels dead straight in its track. Long wheelbase really helps its cause here. The horn is decent. Let's use the wipers also. Is there any spray here? No, I'm using the wrong one. Now this is the right one I'm using. So much water, so much spray, and brake test anytime I can do. Hazard lights turn on. Again, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. It says 46 degrees right now. Little bit of wheel spin. Oh my god, you don't even realize when the shifts happen. The shifts happen like lightning quick here. So this G68 8th generation of the BMW 5 Series retains its dynamic nature here, but it's become a little softer when compared to the older G30 model, which has become softer when compared to the F10, which has become softer when compared to the E60. So obviously cars have become softer and softer and softer and softer. It's kind of unfortunate, but it is how it is. Focus is definitely on the ride quality, and the ride quality is actually very nice here. It rides very smoothly. Yeah, there's no you can see steering can be pointing anywhere at the moment, because the car just wants to move all around the place. So it feels better in terms of comfort when compared to the older model, and this having the 18-inch wheels obviously has more sidewall, so better ride quality as well. Obviously when you hit a bump, you have to be a bit careful because you can crack the rims. And again, we launch it one freaking last time, and here we go. Now you might be wondering, what if you don't like driving cars? Well, they have something called air console here, where there is in-car gaming as well. And I wish they had given air suspension, but air suspension is not even offered in China. This is a China-specific model which has been offered in India. Good performance for the 530i. The 530D will hopefully come, fingers crossed, everywhere. And that car will produce, you know, it's absolutely bonkers in terms of performance, because the torque output there is like 650, 700 Newton meters. Goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in like 5.5 seconds. This one is not slow either. This will go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in approximately 6 seconds. So it's fast enough. Top speed will be 250 kilometers per hour, which you can't use anywhere in India, which is again a little bit unfortunate. So guys, if you like this video, make sure to give the thumbs up. That's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. The BMW guys are like, बस बहुत हो गया, टायर उड़ गया, अभी तो रुक जाओ, निकल जाए यहाँ से. You can feel the weight, 50-50 weight distribution, but whatever. Bye.